She's so strong.
I see. You do indeed have great power.
Even while saying so, I am conflicted and my expression clouds. It's true that he was strong. He expertly wielded the power of the wild card, even though he only attacked with one persona the entire time. But thinking about it, that isn't what I wanted to learn. The power of the wild card doesn't stem just from one's skill in a fight. His strength comes from his knowledge that he cannot avoid fighting to gain his desire. That strength happens to manifest as power in battle. But what I want to learn has little to do with combat. Will I ever get closer to the root of the matter with this method? But even if I find that I can't, I don't see another way. I have measured all types of strength, great and small, as the one who presides over power. I feel suddenly anxious.
Could it be that it's something I cannot understand?
Will I never be able to understand as one distant from the workings of human society? Has it been impossible from the start for my wish to be fulfilled? I then noticed the sound of footsteps.
Hey, are you okay? Oh shit, dude, what happened to you?
Yukon, are you alright? Senpai, hang in there!
It seems that once the shadow who created this place was vanquished, the rules keeping everyone trapped were nullified. These must be the friends he formed bonds with. But...
Yo! Did you do this? What did you do to Senpai?
one of them turns his fierce eyes on me.
You're so mean, miss! This is going too far!
Who are you anyway? You better explain yourself!
If you did this with malign intent, we won't let you leave here so easily.
I'd like to see you try to stop her, but okay. But no, I get what they mean. Their anger at seeing their friend hurt. That was a new experience for me. Their bond gave birth to anger, grew into animosity, and the fury is now directed towards me. But the young man stands up.
One more time.
He requests this even though he is badly wounded. A rematch would seem to have only one possible outcome.
What?
Please, that is enough. I've already witnessed your strength.
If this ends with my defeat, it doesn't count as me showing you my potential.
But...
You shouldn't jump to conclusions. I thought I said this once today. What's important is that you don't give up after one try. You have to hang in there. My friends that I haven't seen in a while are all here. I can't just wave the white flag.
The moment the young man makes his declaration, a mysterious presence fills the area.
Padma...
The presence surges with power and creates a whirlpool of light around him. Within that light, the young man's determination and drive instantly rekindle.
What is that power?
It's the power of bonds. Is it the wild card he holds? I then notice that the young man's friends are standing behind him in support, all of them fixing their gazes on me as I stand perplexed. The bond that they share in their very core is echoed in their eyes. I suddenly feel as if I am confronting a fearsome giant.
I cannot believe I am seeing this.
I find myself starting to back off. My footsteps are unsteady as I go. A small dip in the floor behind me, no larger than a fingernail, throws me off balance. Surely I'm about to fall. But then unseen arms catch me.
Are you alright?
You're...
In contrast to my utter bewilderment, she wears a calm smile. When I turn back to the young man, the surge of power has already dissipated. I catch myself sighing in relief. Even when I review my long memory, I can recall no occasion on which I had felt so overwhelmed before.
What was that just now? Do you happen to know what this power is?
I do not know the specifics, but
Aegis also turns her gaze towards you and his friends.
that must be the power of their bonds. The power that stems from not being alone. I don't know why, but I feel like I understand when I'm watching them.
The power of not being alone.
It's a power they all share? It isn't just his? Did their strong bonds turn his determination not to lose into an instant recovery for him? I am suddenly reminded of a conversation I once had with my sister. If something is impossible for them to accomplish alone, they will work together. His friends have even worked miracles at times. Those were the words I spoke to her.
What's important is that you don't give up.
It is a cliche to hear, but its wisdom is profound. I dismissed his potential judging by my standards. I almost gave up in the same way, thinking that I would be unable to understand. But he refused to allow that. As power proves, there is not only one standard. It is truly the strength found in numbers.
So this is a bond.
When I think about the guests I met who had formed bonds, I may have focused too much on those individuals. I never took much interest in who they bonded with, or how those bonds were forged.
What I should be studying isn't just him, but all of them together. Not the strength of a person, but of people. That may be the lesson. It seems I am starting to find hope.
I nod in satisfaction.
Today's festivities made for quite a wonderful Grand Prix. Considering that there have been some games, I should be going, if you'll all excuse me.
I turn to make my exit.
Huh? Wait a sec, you haven't explained yourself yet! You haven't even told us your name! It's Elizabeth!
Hey! Back here! What are you all happy for?
Who was she? Well, the odds are low that she was the mastermind behind this case.
Enough about her! Senpai's more important. We'll get you out of here in no time, so hang in there, Senpai! Teddy, get a stretcher ready!
Huh?
What are you standing around for? Move!
Guys, I'm not exactly critically injured, you know?
I think it's wonderful.
You're...
Seeing you surrounded by friends reminds me of a certain someone.
certain someone?
There is no need to worry, everyone. His wounds are not serious. He is merely exhausted.
Oh, thank goodness. Wait, who are you?
I could have left by a shorter route, but I returned to the school's front gate and looked back at the school. The faces of the people I parted with a moment ago are called to mind. Amongst them is that young man's face. I only faced him briefly, yet I recall him with surprising vividness.
I'm sure that he will continue to increase his strength of heart. It is a given with so many friends. I am a little bit envious.
I turn the pages of the compendium and draw a magic circle in the air.
Well then, farewell.
I soundlessly pass through it and leave as if melting into the scenery. I close my eyes and my thoughts drift to the past.
Elizabeth? Elizabeth, are you listening? You seem lost in thought like that frequently of late. Could this mean that you finally began to be troubled over things, like a normal person?
How scathing of you, as usual.
Believe me, sister, I am not as bad as you. What's the matter?
My dear sister, I want to tell you a fairy tale.
What's this about?
In our world, at the far reaches of the Sea of the Soul, there stands a large door. A soul which devoted itself to sealing that door slumbers there.
Why did it do such a thing?
That soul is risking itself to prevent those who have lost sight of life's brilliance from luring the world to self-destruction. It has become the guardian of the door, of the whole world, in fact.
That is a very sorrowful story.
My dear sister, do you think I can save that person?
I thought it was a fairy tale.
It may be impossible alone, but what if I joined forces to do it? This person's friends are capable of miracles at times.
This person you speak of, is it... I hope you're not planning to...
Oh, don't be silly, my dear sister. I told you, it was only a fairy tale.
To a certain degree, all of your stories are like fairy tales. I don't know what's troubling you, but be sure that you don't neglect your duties.
And that was the time that she left. When I open my eyes again, I am in the Sea of the Soul, a world where countless bright lights shine like a nebula.
Velvet, oh velvet.
I begin singing a song, but now that I'm here again, I feel a hint of loneliness. I smiled inwardly at myself. What happened today was very fruitful for me, though. It came with a certain realization. I still don't have anyone in the world outside the Velvet Room that I wish to form a bond with. My lack of a hunger for such things may have prevented me from understanding.
No, that's not quite right either.
Lack of hunger? That's not it. In truth, it was within my power, but I was turning my gaze away from it. After all, I didn't begin this journey only to find the means to defeat that monster. I thought by defeating it, I could see him again.
To think I was unconsciously afraid of something and keeping my distance from it. That is quite a surprise.
The mechanical girl, the young man today, and my old guest had all had their own desires and resolve from the start. I should make myself just as resolved if I am to achieve my desire as well. I will face it unblinkingly and accept it. I will admit that the loneliness in me arose from leaving my old residence. The sick feeling of loneliness will surely torment me and cause me grief forever. But if I harden my resolve to allow for embracing that pain, I'm certain that my yearning heart will yield great power. Bonds, the other half of being alive along with death. Just as death gives life its shine, I'm sure loneliness will shed new light on the question of bonds. That is when I will obtain the power of bonds in the truest sense. Certainly I will not achieve that miracle alone.
Though I cannot defeat that monster now, I may in time gain the power to truly erase it.
He must have felt that hunger as well. That is why he tried to protect his bonds with his life, leading him into the universe. I smiled to myself again. As one who leads others, I have only now gained enlightenment about the true meaning of bonds. And at that moment, ow! A single card drifts down before my eyes.
Oh!
Hovering before me like a butterfly fluttering its wings is the card of the Fool. It bursts into pearls of light in my hand.
To think the day would come where I would behold my own arcana and not that of a visitor's.
The Fool? It represents freedom, purity, possibility, and
the beginning of a journey. It may be that my journey has finally truly begun. The Fool, Well, I am aware that I still do foolish things.
I give a wary smile and look up. My gaze is fixed on what lies ahead. It is an enormous door that looms with a small mountain in the center of the void.
Please wait for me. One day I shall surely see my wish come true.
I briskly turn on my heel away from the door. My walk begins.
Velvet, oh velvet.
My bright song will no longer have mournful undertones.
My master has a large nose.
I have yet to determine a sure path. There is no assurance that my wish will come true. Whether those I encountered today will truly share something with me isn't certain either. But I have hope now, and that is what lets me go on. This time, I can head towards the future I desire without losing my way. Aw, that's really sweet. She wants to help. Well, I called him Zero in my Persona 3 playthrough, but I think his protagonist title, like how like Persona 4 protagonist is Yu Narukami, I think his is Minako? I think he has two different names, because I think the Persona 3 movies, they changed his name for some odd reason. But I think before that, in the manga version, I believe, his name was like Minato something. Can't believe she went to the frickin' moon. Wow. That was good. That was actually really good. I think my only gripe with this chapter was that the battles, or especially Teddy's was kind of nonsensical. Everybody else's battle made sense, but Teddy's was kind of like, oh, we're not in the tournament? You're not in the tournament? Yeah, I'm not in the tournament. Okay, let's fight. What? Okay. Kind of deal. Like, granted, yeah, he's a shadow and all, but I don't think that's what they were, it didn't feel like that's what they were going for. Like, oh, you're not human, so I'm gonna battle you. So it was basically right. It's like we fought Labrys as Shadow, so we had like 5 battles, I think. It's not bad. And so by the time these credits are done rolling, we should have 100% done Persona 4 Arena. Wow. Oh my god. Tell you the truth, when I first started playing this, I did not believe people when they said this was a long-ass game. I know, right? Persona, based on the game, based on RPG, not being a long game. I know, right? But yeah, this is very long, and to tell you the truth, I think it was too long. Because the longer it went on, the more I lost interest. The more I kind of like lost interest. Like, I love the story, but I lost interest in like, yeah, I want to play more Persona. It's like, no, I'd rather actually just like skip the battles and just watch the story completely. So, but all in all, this is still like a really good game. Surprisingly, the fact is like they took they took characters from 2 RPG series and put them in a fighting, a Blaze Blue fighting style game. That is a clip from Persona 3. That is a screenshot from Persona 3 right there. So it has been a long ass journey up and down. It's Minato. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I should look that up. I'm pretty sure. How do I not know this? Oh, that's cool. They're doing like little recaps. Like little screenshot recaps of like Persona 3 for people who haven't like played Persona 3 and is watching this. And to tell you the truth, I strongly recommend to people, like, if you have not played Persona 3 as well, like, I can understand like getting through this without playing Persona 3, but it's like if you haven't played Persona 3, it's kind of like you don't see those little details. You don't care about those others. Okay, that was from the epilogue. I can't even remember the journey. Fuck, I can't remember the epilogue. All I know is that the epilogue was like the epilogue for Persona 3 was just not that great. Like, what I mean by epilogue, as in like for those who don't know, but I'm pretty sure most who are watching do know, but for those who don't, in Persona 3 FES, at the end of, you have two different. You have the journey, and then you have an epilogue, which I can't remember the name of it. Oh my god, it's the something. But basically, I can't remember it. But I call it the epilogue. And basically, the epilogue takes place after the end of Persona 3. And you play as Aegis. And you kind of expand more on what Aegis does. I haven't played... no, let me rephrase. I have played the epilogue. Which, to tell you the truth, it's not as good as the initial game itself. But I have... but I haven't recorded it. I've been requested to, and hopefully one day I will. But for now, let's end this journey.
The following sponsors were
Thank
responsible
you.
for this program.
So that was Elizabeth's story, and that was really good. I like the fact it's like they actually focused on Persona 3.
Welcome.
I unlocked 2 achievements. What is this?
Exists between dream and
The
reality.
end of everything. You've seen all the story endings. And I got Elizabeth. Teddy's commentary is now available. You can select it in the verses. Cool. What do you mean it's 99%? I have completed it all. Whoa. Oh, okay. I thought... I was like, I thought for a second Elizabeth was gone. Or, not Elizabeth, Margaret. But she's not. Oh my god. So, apparently I'm 99... Whatever.
The persona you have acquired. It is a sign
Margaret,
of you that
I'm
shows
trying
itself
to
when you
say
face the world
farewell.
around you. Perhaps you can think of it as a facade of determination you wear to face
Can I
various
say farewell now?
difficulties in
Okay.
life.
Now I'm saying farewell. So, guys, that is the end of Persona 4. That is the end of Persona 4 Arena. And I have to say, though, I enjoyed the story immensely, and you don't need to hear me complain about it more. I enjoyed the story immensely to this game. I am interested to see what they're, like, obviously, like, if I didn't play the second half of everybody's story, I would have been like, forget this. I've been like, forget this. This isn't worth it, kind of deal. But if I didn't play the everybody's second half of their story, and they kind of revealed, like, the bad guy, like the bad guys, like the evil shadow that's trying to convert powerful personas back into their shadows, and the human that is helping the shadow, and all that fun stuff. If that didn't happen, I probably would not be interested in playing Persona 4 Arena 2, Persona 4 Arena, the Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold. Who comes up with these names? But no, I'm very excited to play Persona 4 Arena, but for now, I am closing the chapter on Persona games for a while, and I want to play out more games in between Persona. Trust me, this will not be the last Persona game you will see, but for now, I am taking a vacation from Persona, because Igor is, oh my god, because Igor is in my face going, Persona, 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 social link, social link, social link, social link, social link, and all that. So, yeah, so, yeah, okay. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm sorry that this is a blank screen with me talking, and talking as in I'm spending 5 minutes saying goodbye. But it's very hard to say goodbye to this. And as much as I'm like, I want this done, it's like now we're here, and I'm like, I'm ranting. Well, I'm not ranting, I'm rambling. I'm rambling. Anyways, okay, I gotta stop. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I did have a great time playing this, and I will see you guys in the next adventure, which will not be Persona. So, taking a break from that. So, alright, I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you all in the next adventure. And I can't find my mouse! Okay, I found it. Okay, so I will see you guys in the next adventure. Bye-bye!